Hello. This is 1 gram of pure thallium. Thallium is my newest element that I got 2 days ago, and I decided to make an update video on it. First of all, this sample right here has a small crack in it, so I'm gonna have to return it. I got it from luciteria.com. Thallium is a very soft and, well, when it's not completely tarnished dark and black, very shiny. It's similar looking to lead, and it has very similar properties such as toxicity, its softness, and the fact that it tarnishes in air. But thallium is the most toxic element on the entire periodic table. Thallium is so toxic that if you were to touch this, if this weren't in glass and I were to, touch it, it would absorb through my skin. And later the same day, I would get things like diarrhea, vomiting, migraines, and just nasty effects that are not, you know what I'm getting at, right? This is the most dangerous element on the entire periodic table, other than polonium, but that is radioactive. I'll never be able to get a sample of it, but thallium is more toxic than uranium, more toxic than mercury, which is famous for being a poison that evaporates at room temperature. But you can touch it without very much absorbing through your skin. Cody over at Cody's lab, in fact, dipped his entire hand into a vat of mercury, and nothing happened to him. He had no mercury poisoning at all. But if you were to even hold this piece of thallium in your 2 fingers, you're not gonna have a good day. Other than that, thallium's similar to lead because it's very soft. Cody also showed that you can cut a piece kind of with a knife. It's about as soft as lead, he said. Thallium also melts actually a couple hundred degrees lower than lead. It melts at 590 degrees Fahrenheit. So I could easily melt this, but honestly I don't want to. Thallium is actually present in pyrite. This is iron pyrite, and this was my thallium sample before I got this pure piece of metal in the mail 2 days ago. And I could touch this just fine. It's also very light, and no, it's not magnetic. Even though it's iron pyrite, it has iron in it, it's not magnetic. Thallium is very reactive too. If it were in glass, then it would turn menacingly gray in minutes. It would tarnish even faster than lead. In fact, I have a piece of lead right here that I scratched like 2 months ago, and you can see it's still shiny. This piece of lead's been through a lot, though. I've chipped it, I've cut it. It's honestly disgusting, but thallium is so much more reactive to oxygen than lead that, honestly, the only way you can have it is in here or certain oils, because, in fact, it will still react with the very oil that you put it in, depending on what oil it is. If it has a lot of oxygen in it, it'll turn really dark. And, well, with metals like these, usually that doesn't happen. If you put a shiny, freshly cut piece of lead in some mineral oil, it'd probably stay like that for a long time. And, of course, the alkali metals are indeed more reactive to air than this. It's in a different way, though. Potassium is very reactive. It's more reactive than thallium. And if it even touches water, then it explodes. It lights on fire with purple, blue flames. It's not something you want to hold. But thallium is very, like many times more dangerous than any element on the entire table. This stuff is so dangerous that literally on Luciteria, the website that I bought it from, if this were ever to break, you should never throw it away in a garbage can or anything, because, If this were to get everywhere, it contaminate everything around it, you know? You'd have to get a team to, you know, clean that up. That's contaminants. That's thallium contaminants. Any life that's around there is dead. And if this were to break, they listed that you should put it in oil. They actually have like 20 grams samples for hundreds of dollars that are in oil rather than these ampules. This example right here was only about $27, not including shipping, which you can pick how long that is. But in this ampule, you could still feel the density, really. It's denser than lead. It's like 13 grams per cubic centimeter. This piece right here isn't like a solid piece, though. This piece right here is a thin sheet that's been coiled around like that. But, I mean, that's really it. Thallium metal. My most dangerous sample that I'll probably ever get. If you have any questions, just post them in the comments. I might be doing a video, like a short on bismuth, pretty soon. Well, see ya.